Right now, if you ask a British Sign Language interpreter to interpret a piece of gaming-specific terminology into BSL, the results that you get are going to be pretty inconsistent. However, there's now a group in the UK aiming to change that. Hi, my name is Laura Kate Dale, or in BSL, name me LauraKatedale. And I'm pretty bad at BSL. My mother used to interpret BSL at church when I was growing up, and I'm trying to get better at signing, but I often fall back on fingerspelling when I don't know how to sign something specific. Every summer, I produce the Access Ability Summer Showcase, and in order to make that showcase event accessible, I pay a BSL interpreter to provide a British Sign Language adapted version of that show. However, there's not a lot of gaming terminology-versed BSL interpreters available in the UK, and as such, a lot of industry-specific terminology often gets finger-spelled only rather than given specific unique signs. There are obviously unique signs being used by the deaf community in the UK when talking about video games, but that language isn't always something that's readily known by UK BSL interpreters. That's why I was so excited recently to see that Cameron Akett, accessibility researcher at PlayStation, had announced the launch of BSL GG, the British Sign Language Gaming Glossary. Funded partially by Player Research, the website features a number of videos showcasing BSL signs for video game industry terms. At launch, the glossary's list of terms is fairly small, mostly beginning with videos showing how to sign the names of specific game developers, publishers, and consoles. But the aim is to slowly grow the glossary over time, with input from the deaf gaming community on which signs they personally use for different terms, to ensure the glossary reflects the ways that deaf gamers and game developers are referring in sign to these ideas today. For some important background context for any hearing individuals watching this video, BSL has had quite a lengthy history of repression and stigma against its usage here in the UK. In the late 1800s, BSL was banned in UK educational settings, as it was decided by hearing individuals that it would be better to force deaf people to attempt to lip read, basically trying to force assimilation for the benefit of hearing individuals. While BSL obviously survived that attempt to ban it, it's only really in the last couple of decades that BSL has received proper legal acknowledgement here in the UK, being recognised formally as a language in 2003, and gaining formal legal status with the 2022 BSL Act. Much like spoken language terminology varies across the UK, so does British Sign Language. As such, this online attempt to create standardised language around gaming-specific terminology is really important if the quality of things like sign language interpreting at gaming-specific events is going to improve. I have a huge amount of respect for the work that Cameron and others are doing with the British Sign Language Gaming Glossary. While I'm far from fluent in BSL, I'm a million miles away from there, I am going to make an effort to learn these gaming-specific signs myself, and see if I can memorize them for use in future conversations. As someone who cares about video game-specific accessibility, I feel like this is as good a place for me to start learning specific gaming signs as there's ever going to be. As someone who would like to be better at British Sign Language, specifically in gaming-specific spaces, this is a resource I'm going to be keeping an eye on and trying to learn from. Okay, here is me attempting to learn some BSL from the gaming glossary. EA is a nice easy one. EA. This one we're just fingerspelling. That's a nice easy one. Okay, Ubisoft. We're starting by fingerspelling it originally, so we're doing U-B-I-S-O-F-T. And we then have a specific unique sign for Ubisoft, which is Ubisoft, which I think is the Ubisoft logo that appears on the sort of splash screen for things. Let me watch it again. Oh yeah, so this is A-I-O-U. So we're doing from a U. Ubisoft. Ubisoft. And we're speaking it along. Ubisoft on the U. Next up is Playground Games. Starting by fingerspelling it, and then the unique sign. The unique sign we're doing for Playground Games is Playground. Okay, so we're on a swing. Playground games. We're doing a version of G for games. Games. Playground games. Playground games. This does remind me of one of my favorite BSL signs, which is Glasgow is G into a bunch, which I love. Oh, Nintendo's is a really nice. I like this. I like the sign here for Nintendo. We're doing N into Nintendo. It's the oval shape of the logo, so we're doing Nintendo. Okay, PS5, nice and easy. We're doing PS5. So yeah, that's one. It's three symbols. We fingerspell that. Okay, PlayStation. We have a unique sign for. Play. I assume this is just generally the sign for play. Play station, and we're doing sort of mimicking using a traditional controller. Play station. Okay, Nintendo Switch. Oh, we're putting the Joy-Con on. We're putting the Joy-Con on for Switch. Switch. We're putting the second Joy-Con on. We're holding the Switch and Switch. There we go. That's 7 new signs I've learned today. Heck yeah. Thank you so much to this month's Patreon backers who help make this show possible. You can support the show and everything I do at patreon.com/LauraKBuzz.